Western Conference foes meet again in the Valley of the Sun as Las Vegas Lights FC is in town to play host to Phoenix Rising FC here at 38th and Washington. It's match day 27 in the USL Championship. Want to welcome you up top the pitch here in Phoenix. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry as always. Joe, it's good to be back. A nice little long stretch for Phoenix here at home. The final one before they hit the road as the push for the playoffs is fully on.
Yeah, huge moment tonight for Phoenix, currently sitting 6th ahead of the real weekend slate in the Western Conference, and a big chance to bounce back from disappointment. A lot of frustration after that 3-3 draw with El Paso Locomotive. A chance to get back in the win column tonight.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. We'll mention that as we get going on tonight. We're going to start with our Circle K players to watch. First off, for the hosts in Phoenix Rising, Isan Sako. He netted a brace against El Paso. He's been really, really sharp this year.
Isan Sako is going to have to be sharp tonight for Phoenix Rising. A lengthy injury and unavailable list for Rising tonight. Sako's been so good in a variety of different spots. He's played through the middle. He's played a little bit wider. He will start tonight's game out a little wider on the wing, trying to go and find opportunities to break down this tight Las Vegas defense.
We'll see if him and his French countryman, Remy Cabral, can meet up this afternoon. Over on the other side for Las Vegas Lights, it's Johnny Rodriguez. He's leading this team in goals with 7 this season. This is a team they've struggled to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Johnny Rodriguez really is the talisman, though, for this Las Vegas side. Obviously leading the team in goals. His first season in Las Vegas after a number of really successful years with the Oakland Roots, still in the Western Conference. Rodriguez, a new scenery this year for the striker, but has been effective up top, just needs service from this Las Vegas squad.
Well, we'll see what they can get. This is a Las Vegas team. They're at the bottom of the Western Conference, looking to try and earn some points and move their way up. Phoenix looking to try and climb themselves up into a home playoff position. Pretty close to a full moon tonight, Joe Lowry. We're excited. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have starting lineups and kickoff coming up next from Phoenix Rising FC Stadium. The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I going to walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing one of the Valley's largest networks of cardiologists.
Nationally recognized for the heart care we provide and a dedicated heart hospital.
You're choosing a team who has dedicated their lives to help save yours.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
In matters of the heart, we believe it's a journey that we all take together.
Because heart care is better together.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in as Phoenix Rising, ready to go for match day number 27 here on Friday, September 5th. As the Bandidos are ready to roll, we'll give you the starting lineups tonight. We'll start off with the visitors from Las Vegas. Here's who Devin Rensing has in the 11, Joe.
Yeah, the key man up top, Johnny Rodriguez for Devin Rensing, leads the team with 7 goals this year, aiming for his 3rd straight season with double digits. Keep an eye on Genero Nigro at left back as well. Excellent service provider when he gets up that left wing.
And the captain there, body number 33, over on the other side for Phoenix Rising. A lot of changes going on for Phoenix. 4 new faces in there, the main 2 at the back line.
Yeah, you see Rafa Shihus in the back line next to Pop Marboy. Marboy making his first start at home since the month of April after injury and red card suspension, and Shihus making his first ever start for Phoenix Rising.
So that is who Pa Moduka has, as we're now going to give you the Lowry Lowdown, presented by Peoria Nissan. Joe, what have you got here tonight?
And for Phoenix Rising, it's all about avoiding game-changing mistakes. There were 3 points on offer last weekend against El Paso. Phoenix had a 3-0 lead. They get a red card, concede 3 goals, and drop points at home. For Las Vegas, it's about not overextending defensively. Talked to Devin Rensing earlier this week. You talk to any coach in the USL Championship. They know how dangerous this Phoenix Rising team is when they can attack into space. Las Vegas cannot afford to give Phoenix that space tonight.
Well, the head referee tonight, Christian Campo Hernandez, whistles us into play, and we're officially underway for the nightcap of this Friday night championship doubleheader. The earlier match tonight, it was a 2-1 victory for Lexington SC. That Lexington club continuing to do everything they can to scratch and claw their way up into home playoff position. Big 3 points for that Lexington side, who took both matches from the hosts this season. Rising in the red top to bottom, Las Vegas in the light blue top to bottom. Certainly a good matchup in terms of the kits.
Red, white, and blue, baby.
The colors pop everywhere as Darius Johnson is still down on the ground. Went up to challenge for a ball in the air, and looks like he might have landed a little hard.
Yeah, it's a concern for Phoenix Rising. Darius Johnson, so bright on Saturday against El Paso Locomotive, scored a lovely goal in that game. Even beyond just Darius Johnson, though, Killian, as he's still on the ground, Phoenix Rising without 8 players on first-team contracts for this game tonight due to various card suspensions, international duty for Carl Saint injury, other absences. It's been a real struggle for Phoenix Rising to field a full squad tonight. They've got a number of academy players on the bench. It's not the first time that's been the case this season, but tonight is an even shallower squad, Killian, than we've seen for most of this year.
As they're checking on Darius Johnson, we'll give you tonight's availability report, which is brought to you by Spooner. Lots of names for both sides. We're going to start off with Las Vegas as Johnson slowly making his way to his feet, which is a good sign to see, as he'll get up and try to walk this off. There it is. Yeah, Peters, Pinzon, Samake, and Edison Ascona. It's a lot of names, and really it's on both sides. As we flip over to the Rising side, no Carl Saint.
Yep.
Saint, he's away. He's on international duty with the Haitian national team. No Damian Rivera tonight. Obviously, no Jamison Ping on the bench. Mo Traore still trying to work back from injury. And then Noble Kello not on the lineup card tonight. And Asela Senge, obviously, he's suspended with that red card he picked up in last week's match against El Paso. But you got Noah Milquaisho out there on the team sheet for Pa Moduka. There's another name that the list continues to rack up, and it's a reason that you've got 32 different players that have touched the pitch so far this year for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's been that sort of year for Phoenix Rising. Injury bug has bit them all year long. You stressed it well there, though, Killian. It's not just Phoenix Rising, who are also without Kelvin Arase, who had 2 assists in his first ever start for Phoenix last week. It's also Las Vegas, right? Edson Ascona goes off, this really bright young playmaker goes off to the Gold Cup, gets injured and can't come back into this team fully. Devin Rensing has had a huge job on his hands, coming in now in his 5th game in charge of Las Vegas after a managerial shift earlier on this season. He's had a big job to try and find his players in this squad. A lot of moving pieces and parts for both sides tonight.
There's a ball up the right wing for Las Vegas, trying to threaten early on. Good ball in behind. Popmar Boy, though, in good position to make it. Getting just his 2nd start since coming back. He had that knee injury early on in the season. It cost him a majority of the summer. But back in the lineup, wearing the captain's armband.
Yeah, it's really nice defensive work from Popmar Boy. cutting out that ball into Johnny Rodriguez from Mackenzie Gaines over on that right side. Johnny Rodriguez, sort of a classic number 9, a penalty box poacher. Yes, he can drop and link play a little bit as well, but is this kind of classic 9 that you think of when you're imagining a striker in your head. Potmar Boy, an excellent defense for center back on that play.
There's the first Carvana corner kick of the night, and it's headed up and out. They'll reset it once again. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Drive you happy. See Patrick Rakowski back in goal tonight, following that 3-3 draw to El Paso. Rising 7, 7, and 8 overall coming into the evening. 29 points as another one swung in. That one right off the head of one of the new center backs, Rafa Shihus, as that goes out touch away. But that 3-3 draw was a match, saw 3 goals in the final 20 minutes from El Paso. It was after that red card that saw Asela Senge get sent off that really turned the entire match on its head. Rising's been really good the last 2 matches, however, about scoring early. They got the first goal just 7 minutes in from Isan Sako last week. They scored in the 4th minute 2 weeks prior, thanks to Remy Cabral. As watch that out, go for a goal kick. But it's never a question for Phoenix Rising on if they'll score goals. They've scored plenty of them this year, 38, second in the league. They've just struggled to keep them out of the goal.
Yeah, very much so. And that's why, Killian, I think it's worth zeroing in on the back 3 for Phoenix Rising. And by that, I don't mean 3 center backs. It is just a 2 center back shape. But it's also the man between them right now on the ball. Patrick Rakowski had a couple of really difficult moments in those last couple of goals that El Paso scored on Saturday. Really bore a heavy responsibility for that collapse for Phoenix Rising. And so you get a chance for Patrick Rakowski to bounce back a bit, along with a new center back pairing, and Potmar Boy, who has been an excellent defensive presence since he entered the professional ranks last season out of Clemson, and Rafael Shihus, a guy who's played in the Bundesliga, a guy who's played in Major League Soccer with the Chicago Fire, brought in to be a veteran voice and a leader and a steady defensive player for this Rising team that has needed more of that in 2025.
There's Pierce Rizzo, the youngest members of this team. A little back and forth with Sheehan Emery's, and now I'll go all the way back to Rakowski. Flip to the other side. We'll kind of recap on this Las Vegas season. It has been a tough one for the team, currently sitting in 12th place in the Western Conference. 23 points total, record of 6-11-5. They've struggled on the road, as here's an opportunity. Hope Avievu streaking his way forward. Little backheel flick from Cabral as Avievu sends it into the crowd. Got a little underneath it, but a good bit of buildup.
Well, how good was that flick from Remy Cabral? Eyes in the back of his head to find Hope Avievu's underlapping run. You can see Avievu here gets in behind the Las Vegas midfield line. Tommy McNamara trying to get back into that play. But it's clever attacking work from Phoenix Rising in the final third, and a bright start from the home side.
Stands the Las Vegas team. Their big struggle this year has been really the complete opposite from Phoenix. This is the team that leads the league in clean sheets. 9 so far this season for Las Vegas. But they're also struggling to score the ball. Just 6 goals scored so far this season on the road as an opportunity as Sako tries to play one through, but Raiko Arozarena steps up to cover that ball. But since, as you mentioned, they made that switch to Devin Rensing, certainly seeing the strides and the improvement in this club. 1-1-2 so far in this 5th match. Had come away with a 1-0 victory against Lexington last week.
Yeah, the first win of the Devin Rensing era. Devin Rensing's a really interesting character, getting his first opportunity to manage in the professional ranks. Was a longtime assistant with Ben Pierman, not just with the Charleston Battery, who took down Phoenix Rising earlier this season. Devin Rensing involved in that Battery program at the time, but also back with Pierman at Memphis 901 FC. Someone who's gotten a lot of experience on good teams in the USL Championship, now getting his first ever crack at being a head coach. And the challenge for Devin Rensing really is to find stability. You know, you mentioned it, Killian, this Las Vegas team, 12th in the West, are on the bottom of the conference. They finally get their first win under Rensing in 4 games in that tight 1-0 against Lexington. But the performances, even if the results haven't been there fully in the last 4, the performances have been fairly positive. Las Vegas has found their groove as a 4-2-3-1 sort of team, a balance between pressing high and defending back in a lower 4-4-2, sort of block deeper in their own half. They've been patient at times in build-up, but not overly patient that it's cost them as they're trying to find the right balance of players in this team. I think if you're a Las Vegas fan, you should be encouraged by the early returns under Devin Rensing so far.
Looking to improve. Already made some changes as a good little bit of play and pushed forward. Here's an opportunity now for Phoenix. This one's sent across all the way through. Sacco goes sliding in, but looked like it might have gotten stuck underneath him. As a great chance, it was Flores who came flying up to help out in the attack, but just couldn't convert.
Well, and that's the second one of those low crosses on the floor that we've seen from Phoenix Rising tonight. The man trying to get on the end of that ball from Daniel Flores was the one who delivered the first one just a moment ago, Isan Sacco. Phoenix having a lot of success manipulating Las Vegas's man marking through the center, releasing through Hope Ivievu or Daniel Flores on that left side. A lot of rotations early on from Pamadou Ka's team. Phoenix having a lot of ease progressing into Las Vegas's final third.
Folks, the USL is on CBS Sports Network, and it kicks off September with a League One battle. Playoff contender Spokane Velocity FC take on the newcomers Westchester SC tomorrow, Sunday, September 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network.
This guy's used to Saturday night broadcasts.
Used to the Saturday night or Friday nights, getting me all mixed up.
Creature of habit, Killian McClatchy right there, folks.
Certainly is. Nice, though, a nice Friday night. Good, beautiful Friday night in Phoenix for some soccer.
Yeah, it's been a fun start to this game, 10 minutes in. Some action going both ways. You see the moment early on Las Vegas had to try to find Johnny Rodriguez lurking inside the box. Phoenix having some chances going the other way. One thing that I'm watching for after these first 10 minutes now is how these two teams try to manipulate the other in midfield. Both of these teams, it looks like, have been man marking, at least for a big chunk of this, through the center. Las Vegas as well have shifted. Christopher Pearson, who started in the double pivot last week, has played deeper in midfield quite a bit this season. They've shifted him up higher in midfield and dropped Patrick Leal next to Tommy McNamara in their double pivot. Interested to see how Leal tries to get on the ball and influence the game from deeper areas when Las Vegas try to break Phoenix's press.
Shihus, and he'll play a little game of 1-2 as Sheehan Emmers comes to pick the ball up from him.
Killian, you mentioned Cian Emmers on the ball there. A player that Phoenix Rising brought in mid-season with a lot of expectation for what he could bring to this midfield, and yet we've seen him more out wide, right? Especially late in games to close out matches. Cian Emmers bringing a lot of energy, but he hasn't really won a spot in central midfield. No Noble Okello tonight, out with card accumulation, so Emmers gets his look.
Who's trying to feed one through, and able to get it all the way in. Flores, who is helping out up an attack. As Johnson now back in defense, ball flicked forward. Gaines coming after it, but Shihus clears it away.
Well, that's a well-timed intervention there from Rafael Shihus, the veteran. Comes into this team and is asked to provide a real stable foundation for them to be a vocal leader, certainly in this group, not just a player who can add on the field, but also in the locker room as well. But at 35 years old and a little bit removed from his last appearance with Chicago at the end of last season, spent a lot of this season not playing at the professional level. The question for him is, can he keep up with the pace of the game athletically in the USL Championship?
She was right there as well with some help from Skiers. One touch around, Hope Ivievu. Played forward for Cabral, another flick backwards. Ivievu outside of the boot, trying to stop and turn, unable to keep the momentum going forward, though, as Emmers. As Las Vegas back going. Gennaro Nigro, the captain, approaching some club milestones. Just a few appearances away now from setting the club record in appearances. Should take over the minutes played mark in the next couple weeks. Played back and forth. And now touched out will be a throw to Phoenix.
You mentioned General Nigro, Killian, as someone closing in on those benchmarks with Las Vegas. Just his second season with the club, which goes to show how much turnover there has been for Las Vegas. High hopes after last season. Get to build from the front office and from Dennis Sanchez. And Sanchez departs for New Mexico over the winter. A lot of change for Vegas. Nigro, though, has been a real mainstay for this team at left back since last season.
Pearson tries to sneak one through as Rodriguez got upended. It's still on the turf, looking around at the officials, asking for something, but nothing's going to be there. As Gartig comes leaping up, gets a bit. As Emmer shoulders off and plays it back. It's a Potmar boy.
Yeah, and Las Vegas haven't been shy about pushing their line of confrontation high up the field, just to the edge of Phoenix Rising's penalty area. Phoenix have space to work with, which is a bold approach. If you're Devin Rensing in Las Vegas, yes, they've shown this press, at least this higher block at times under Devin Rensing so far. But to give Phoenix the opportunity to play in behind, as they've done so many times already in the first 15 minutes of this game, living on the edge, Las Vegas.
Shihus looking to go somewhere forward with it as Avayevu tries to play it forward. Emmers does a nice job hesitating and waiting for it to come to him. He'll flip out to Pierce Rizzo.
And there's Emmers able to move off the ball, sneaking in behind his marker to receive off of that flick. Really sharp off-ball movement from Phoenix to try to build their way through this man-oriented press.
There's Emmers again, turn from Sacco. As Sacco hesitates, gets it to Rizzo, comes to help. Rizzo will switch ends. Flores making a run in behind, tried to sneak it through to him, but it took a deflection. Here's Avayevu. Darius Johnson. Johnson had that spectacular solo run and the goal as the ball tried to go through. Nothing there, as that one got knocked down by Herbert. Now Las Vegas feeling a little bit of pressure. Is coming back was Cabral, and a bit too much contact, and it'll earn a free kick on the foul.
Yeah, good energy, though, from Phoenix Rising in the counter press, just coming in a little too hard there in defensive transition. But a nice spell of possession for Phoenix Rising, one of the first we've seen in this game in the attacking half. That's Tommy McNamara, the veteran there, doing enough to get his body in between the ball and the closing defender. McNamara fresh off his first start for Las Vegas in that 1-0 win over Lexington. Somebody's been around American soccer a long time. Devin Rensing earlier this week made sure to note, hey, he's played next to Andrea Pirlo in midfield. He's got experience at a high level in this game. We're happy to have him as a part of our group.
I've heard he's pretty good at soccer.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Tommy McNamara or Andrea Pirlo?
Both.
All right, there you go.
This one laid forward. Las Vegas threatening. This one crossed in. Getting up just over the top. Sacco going to hesitate and try to get himself a little bit of space. Nigro right in front of him. Rodriguez pesters boy, and he gets it away. Long run back for Leal, and he'll just play it back to his keeper, Raiko Rosarena, the Cuban. Former Tampa Bay Rowdies man. Back between the pipes for Las Vegas. He's been their main keeper so far this season. This is his 20th match. Approaching 50 saves made on the season as well.
Can't believe you didn't toss in a Randy Rosarena nugget there for your Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, I was getting there. He is the brother of former Tampa Bay Rays and now Seattle Mariners all-star Randy Rosarena.
If he was a current Ray, I think we would have known that would have come up earlier in the show.
Certainly wouldn't have got it. It's certainly a fun story between both the Rosarena brothers, both ending up in Tampa Bay at the same time. Raiko, the goalkeeper, obviously, for Tampa Bay Rowdies. Randy Rosarena ended up getting traded to the Rays and now ultimately finds himself in Seattle. There's a play forward by Johnson as he tries to push in, and it'll be deflected away. It'll be a corner for Phoenix Rising. This is a Rising team. They did not have a single corner in the first half last week against El Paso, getting their first one just 18 minutes in here tonight.
And we've seen Phoenix be more aggressive to start this game than they were even to start that game against El Paso. We're sure they're on the board in that match, but Phoenix have pushed numbers forward regularly in this game so far. They're finding opportunities. Remy Cabral in particular has been really sharp with his one-touch combination play tonight.
Here's Hope Avievu. First Carvana corner kick of the night for the hosts. Avievu, the wind might have blown the ball just ever so slightly off its mark. He's got a stoppage. Avievu over getting a drink of water.
Damian Rivera.
Damian Rivera hanging out down there by the pitch.
Always a helping hand. Damian Rivera, never above providing an assist, whether he's on the field or not.
First glance, I thought that was just a random fan giving him a bottle of water. That's also very true. Avievu puts it back in, going to near post to Rosarena, punches it away, and nearly goes over the top. One of his defenders, and now a potential on the counter for Las Vegas. Running behind, here's Pearson. Pearson going to stop and cut back, wants to go for goal, and nothing there.
And you can see General Nigro furious about the decision from Christopher Pearson. Las Vegas had a dynamic advantage there on the break. A chance to throw numbers forward against a recovering Phoenix team, and Pearson, playing as that number 10 tonight, just wastes that attacking opportunity.
Phoenix Children's is the exclusive and official pediatric medical partner of Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Children's provides expert care to children and their families, including primary and specialty care. Phoenix Children's is bringing care closer to home. And to learn more, you can visit phoenixchildrens.org. Otmar Boy goes forward, slips, just gets it away. Finds the feet of Flores, who'll work it ahead for Avievu. Avievu in behind now, Johnson, who will stop. Johnson, right-footed cross, too far, there's nobody really there, as Sacco had to fight, and ultimately it'll be out for a what could have been quick throw-in. Good help in defense from Pickering. Rosarena, a long hold, and finally won't get it over to Elias Gartig. Gartig, the Danish national player from Nykøbing Falster, Denmark. Gartig's been one of the main staples on that back line for this Las Vegas team. This is 23rd appearance in the championship. And Mackenzie Gaines slow to get up. He'll give a high five to Flores.
And Las Vegas almost sitting in this 4-1-4-1 defensive shape at times, with Leal stepping forward to partner Christopher Pearson in that press, leaving space for Phoenix Rising.
Johnson somehow finds the ball still at his feet after nearly took a tumble, and now it gets poked away. Johnson was off balance the whole way, and now a little back heel as Skierce fighting with Pickering, and now Skierce and Pickering both hit the ground hard, and there'll be a foul on J.P. Skierce, and Pickering is down holding that left arm.
Yeah, Knight Pickering looks to be in a bit of pain there. Really good work from the youngster to out-muscle J.P. Skierce to get to this ball. The low center of gravity does enough to hold off the Phoenix Rising number 6. Just 20 years old, a great display of physicality from Knight Pickering. Hope he's okay with that left arm.
Yeah, Pickering holding that arm, which does not look good, as he landed right on top of it, and they're immediately motioned. They're going to need a substitution.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here. Does well to just trying to earn that throw with the back-heeled flick as he works on Darius Johnson and J.P. Skierce. Yeah, you can see Pickering landing on that arm, immediately comes up in pain.
Yeah, still holding that, just landed right on top of it. So that will be the night for Knight Pickering. Ending a lot sooner than I know he and Devin Rensing would have liked. So we'll see who the substitute will be for Pickering as he makes his way off. Certainly hope the best for him.
Yeah, a lot of movement down there on the Las Vegas bench. See Pickering still getting attended to.
Yeah, checking that forearm and wrist. Just landed right on top of it as he and Skierce got stuck on top. Just kind of got tied up, and Pickering ended up going over the top and being landed on.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see Stefan Stojanovic come onto the field, either playing wider or playing in a slightly more central role, and you move Leal a little wider. Will be very interesting to see where Rensing goes here.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's going to be Sean Smart, the man taking off the training kit. So Las Vegas currently playing with 10 men, down with Pickering out. Ball played ahead as Potmar Boy comes and clears it up towards us here in the stands. See if they get this substitution. It looks like they will. Will be Sean Smart coming on.
Yeah, and Sean Smart, somebody who had a breakout season last year as a rookie out of Clemson. If that sounds a little bit like Potmar Boy, it's because the two were teammates at Clemson the year before. Smart played as a right back last year, had a really good season. Interest from higher levels. Ends up sticking around in Las Vegas. Has not been as regular of a starter in 2025 across different managers for the Lights. Really curious to see where exactly he lands on the field. It looks like he's heading over towards that right side. Maybe a shape shift here, or just to play as a right-sided midfielder in that same 4-2-3-1, 4-1-4-1 structure.
So Smart finally led onto the pitch. A little frustration coming from that Las Vegas side. Didn't let him on the previous ball.
And it will be Smart playing as that right-sided midfielder. So Mackenzie Games comes over here to the near side to play on the left where Knight Pickering was, and Sean Smart looks to provide some real verticality on that right side. Very different profile of player than Knight Pickering, not just in terms of his regular position, but Sean Smart, someone who's much more likely to beat you with pace and wants to stay a little wider on that right side as a true winger now in a different role, whereas Pickering likes to often come inside as a lot of experience as a striker, the young player.
Nigro getting in behind. There's Gaines. Gaines a couple step overs back to the captain. Nigro, a little 1-2, poor pass, not much behind it as Potmar Boy tries to get out and run. As he'll double back as Las Vegas will reset.
Man, if you're Phoenix now, looking to reestablish some rhythm as you try to regain some control of this game. Las Vegas, though, doing well to push numbers forward. This is one of their first spells of real possession in Phoenix's own half.
Rodriguez, the ball at his feet. He'll press over to the right side. First touch of the night for Smart. Smart over to the right. Low cross right across the face of goal. There was nobody, though, at the back post as it rolls all the way through. It looked like it might have taken a deflection, apparently, and that sets up for a corner.
Yeah, it didn't take Sean Smart long to get involved in this game. Maybe just a little deflection there off of the outstretched foot from Daniel Flores. Gaines lets it go over the line. Smart, so dynamic, pushing forward. That's what made him a real star for this Las Vegas team in their best ever season last year. He comes on and has an impact right off the bench.
So another corner kick. Carvana corner kick will drive you happy as this one sent towards the near post. And she who's able to clear it away from the 18. Gaines, this one sent towards the box, but nicely done. Strong hands from Rakowski, who throws it out quickly. Wanting to break out. This is where Phoenix is so dangerous. There goes Sacco. Sacco advantage played. Still on his feet. Sacco played in over to the far side. Long run for Remy Cabral. Cabral on side, tries to cross it in. Had Aveyevu streaking near the penalty spot. And cleared away. Potmar Boy stepping in front for the interception. He's got to get back as Emmers gets ahead to it. And that one knocked away. Throw in to Phoenix Rising.
Well, how about that strength from Isan Sacco just a minute ago to continue that transition attack through contact Multiple tugs of the jersey there on Isan Sako. Continues that play. Finds Cabral on the right side. A dangerous moment for Phoenix, and a nice step from Pat Barboy as well to keep Las Vegas pinned in.
Sako saying he took a little bit of a knock on that advantage that was played. He's good to go, though. As whistled back in, Rizzo for the throw. Toss it in for Emmers. And it'll be right back. They'll do the same thing from pretty much the exact same spot. This time thrown down for Sako as Emmers weaves his way through a couple, now turns. Emmers has it poked away from, had two defenders converging. As now Patmar Boy steps up. That was Rodriguez who took a tumble. This one chipped forward. Rizzo trying to cross it. Nicely defended as the youngster had an opportunity to put one across the face of goal.
Yeah, rare foray into the box for Pierce Rizzo. Tends to be more of a stay-at-home presence despite those back-to-back goals that we've seen from Rizzo earlier on this season. A lovely leading ball in there from Isan Sako. Really sharp first 30 minutes from that number 9 so far tonight. Sako, just such a well-weighted ball to play Rizzo into space. Phoenix earned themselves another corner.
Flores coming over to take this Carvana corner kick for Phoenix Rising. Typically when Pierce Rizzo's near the 18 and he has a shot on goal, it usually just goes in. At least statistically speaking from his 2.
The beauty of small sample sizes.
Flores hands up and readies. This one sent in towards the near post, flicked on right into the hands of Arozarena. J.P. Skierce was the man who came flying in and a great chance. Now a long ball played by Arozarena. And Vegas unable to keep it in.
J.P. Skierce, 1 goal on the season, loves those crashing moments on set pieces. That's how he made his money in USL League One before joining up with Phoenix Rising last season. A lovely diagonal run towards the ball side there from J.P. Skierce. Really fancies himself in the air in those moments, and a good opportunity for Phoenix Rising.
Well, two sides as we are going to take a hydration break at the half-hour mark. Still 0-0, and we have a second. Remind you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN. It's the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network as New Mexico United takes on Detroit City FC on Wednesday, September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. For full USL TV listings, you can go to USLChampionship.com. So Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry, 30 minutes. How'd you evaluate this one so far? It's been a fun match, albeit still no goals, which is a little bit shocking with the way that this Phoenix team has been all season long, and especially over the last few weeks.
Yeah, and Phoenix had looks in the first 15, 20 minutes or so of this game. With that Knight Pickering injury, it looked like some of that momentum got taken away. Las Vegas had to refine their footing and did so. With Sean Smart entering the field. Some really nice looks, though. Maybe not all resulting in shots, but Phoenix Rising have had good entries into the final third. They've controlled a lot of those dangerous moments in this match. They've got the edge in possession so far. Just a shade under 53%. Phoenix have looked lively tonight, having a lot of success manipulating Las Vegas' defensive shape. A lot to like, I think, if you're Pamadou Ka. I don't know that a lot needs to change in this water break if you're Phoenix Rising.
Banditos. Excited to be out here on a Friday night, and we've been talking a lot about how this Phoenix Rising team, they score goals. We mentioned they're second, or technically they're third in the league. They're right behind Charleston and Louisville City, and those two have been far and away the class of not just the Eastern Conference, but the league. They're the two top teams. Louisville already locked up a playoff position this week. But kind of going more into that, if you look, this is a Rising team. They have the best shot conversion rate in the league. 24%. 24% of their shots they're finding the back of the net, which is a pretty good number. You look at Charleston and Louisville, they're both at 21 and 20% respectively. But the real interesting one is you go to the flip side. This is a Phoenix team. They don't shoot all that often. They're third to last in the championship with just 205 shots. But then you go and you look at a team like Charleston Louisville, they've got nearly 300 on each side.
And to be totally honest with you, Killian, that's a little bit of a concern if you're Phoenix Rising, because you don't see a lot of teams have that sort of shot conversion rate. Soccer is a sport that is fundamentally about how can you create a volume of high-quality chances. Right? If you're relying on an elite conversion rate season after season, game after game, that will catch up with you eventually. Now, it's a weird sort of situation where I'm somebody who likes to go in and dig into some of those underlying numbers, and what you've just said concerns me a bit. But we've seen that all year long, and we see in this Phoenix team a lot of attacking quality. If you look at it on an individual basis, Isan Sako and Hope Aveyevu in particular have been the two standouts. Aveyevu has been incredible this season for Phoenix Rising, wearing that number 10 shirt, and Sako, we highlighted him in the open, 12 goal contributions, second only behind Aveyevu this season. Phoenix have individual attacking game breakers. They have, though, gotten hot for a lot of 2025.
As Cabral goes down with that one, but you look at Charleston, they lead the league 303 shots. It's almost 100-shot difference, and I pose this to you as a soccer,
say it, nerd.
Fanatic.
You can say it.
Okay,
you can say
nerd.
it.
Say nerd.
I felt it on the tip of your tongue.
Okay, I was trying to figure out the best one to use, but for you watch hockey. A lot of things about hockey.
I don't, but yeah.
Well, but in general with hockey, the saying is, hey, just throw shots on goal. It doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter how much of a quality shot. If you just throw it at it. How do you feel about that in the soccer terms? Do you feel about the same, hey, yeah, if you can get a shot on goal, just put it on goal? Or are you more about the, hey, let's create the really good chances like Phoenix has all season?
Yeah, I mean, Devin Rensing said it, I think, well early this week when we talked to him, this idea that you want to create high-quality chances and put high-quality balls into the box to make those chances. I think it is a mixture of quality and quantity, but certainly if you're Phoenix Rising and Las Vegas as well tonight, you have to try to maximize those chances because we know it's not as simple as just putting shots on goal. We know that can be a misleading statistic at times where if the ball is going right at Patrick Karkovsky outside of the last 30 minutes against El Paso, you're expecting a save to be made there. If you're Christopher Pearson taking that shot that we saw from 35 yards out earlier on in this half, and even if it ends up on frame, that is not an optimal decision. It needs to be a blend. And if you're Phoenix Rising, they've done a good job of creating goal-scoring opportunities this year. There needs to be more in terms of high-quality looks, and even that principle applies to tonight as well.
Hope Aveyevu trying to create one here. Aveyevu sends one in for Remy Cabral, who got in behind. Good defense, though. This Las Vegas backline holding strong, as it'll be another corner.
Well, that's really been a big theme for Las Vegas in their last couple of games. Even though they end up losing a couple of weekends ago 2-1 to North Carolina, a really promising defensive display in that game, and they shut out Lexington at home last weekend in their first win under Devin Rensing. A really, really resolute defensive performance. Not always one that was defined by them deep in their own half, but Las Vegas did a good job compressing space and getting numbers around the ball. That's why, Killian, I was a little surprised with how open the first 15-20 minutes of this game were for Phoenix Rising to go out there and find space.
Here's Aveyevu on the far side, another Carvana corner kick. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. That south end making some noise right in the ear of Raiko Rosarena. He's back in. Hope Aveyevu readies. This one sent in towards the back post. That one got up. Not sure if it was a Rosarena who got a piece of it, if it was one of the defenders, but it's knocked away. It will be a throw to Phoenix.
You see the in-swinger here from Hope Aveyevu. It is a Rosarena who's able to get out there and get a paw to that ball. Clearing the danger, and Phoenix are back at it.
Another flick. This one beautifully done. Aveyevu, bit too strong as he got the ball a little stuck behind him. As a Rosarena hand up. Everything's fine as flurry of boo birds rain down behind him.
Just an overcooked ball there from Hope Aveyevu. But Phoenix, yet again, a really nice bit of central combination play to have a chance to send a runner in towards the goal mouth. Phoenix, the off-ball movement, if there's been one positive from this game in an attacking sense for the home side, it is how sharp their movement off the ball has been, whether it's been Remy Cabral or Isan Sako, holding the play up and finding one of those quick passes. Hope Aveyevu, even Flores on that left side. Phoenix have been sharp to make themselves available off the ball, finding gaps in Las Vegas' defensive structure.
Last 10 or so minutes really been controlled by the home team. So they continue to try and press forward. Flores will have to take it all the way back out. He'll give it to Aveyevu and right back to him.
And I'll admit, Las Vegas' defensive approach has confused me a little bit in this game. They have such a size advantage in midfield. You look at Christopher Pearson, you look at Tommy McNamara.
This one set down Flores, trying to go through. Flores somehow keeps the ball at his feet, turns. Johnson was looking for a shot on goal, and it's deflected out. It will be a throw.
if you compare those two guys with Cian Emmers and Hope Avievu in midfield, yeah, you got JT Skierce and Leal maybe as the outliers there for their relative teams, but the size advantage clearly belongs to Las Vegas, especially playing on the road. They're extending a little bit upfield, but not high enough to force Phoenix into playing the ball long. The high block that we've seen from Devin Rensing's side really has just afforded Phoenix space to play the ball on the ground between the lines, which is exactly what you want to do when you have this midfield, especially with Emmers in the lineup over someone like Noble Okello. Phoenix, I get the sense they're going to continue to have opportunities to progress the ball forward quite easily until that structure changes a little bit from Las Vegas.
So foul is Flores, a little slow to get up. Same with Hope Avievu, both of them down over there on that far side. It will set up an opportunity for a set piece for Phoenix Rising. As it looks like it's going to be Avievu the one to take it.
And this is an advantage of having Potmar Boy back in the lineup. Somebody that we know can be a target on these set pieces, again, especially without Noble Okello, who's been dangerous in the box on dead balls in 2025. Potmar Boy is a real tree to aim for if you're Hope Avievu.
Potmar Boy, the last man in red in that line towards the far post. Avievu, this one low. That one kind of took a funky deflection going through. Not sure if that was intentional or if Avievu just didn't get all of that.
You mentioned that funky deflection. I think it is intentional there from Phoenix Rising's number 10. Looking for any sort of deflection to get the ball across the goal mouth for a runner. Just doesn't quite come off for Phoenix Rising.
Possession going to stay with Phoenix. Trying to figure out where exactly it's going to be. 40 minutes played as we approach the end of this first half. 0-0, Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Thank you for spending some of your Friday night with us. A little standalone USL Championship match before we kick off the rest of the weekend tomorrow. Good turn. And that one crossed in. Deflected up and now just out of the 18 as Pearson trying to chase it down. Avievu does a good job shielding. That one tried to send in towards Remy Cabral, nothing there. Shihus goes up and heads the ball down. Skierce will play it back to Rizzo. Avievu, a little too tall for him as he elevated that yellow boot of his. Unable to keep it down, though, as Potmar Boy chases it. Shoes gone through. Avievu intercepts it. Good ball in for Flores, and that one was deflected away. Took a piece off and knocked away. It'll be a throw to Las Vegas. And Rising fans, want to introduce you the ultimate match day deal from Phoenix Rising. It's the family 4-pack. You can get 4 tickets, 4 entrees, 4 chips, and 4 waters or sodas, all for just $100. Bring your family and experience an unforgettable night of soccer. Get your family 4-pack now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising. Todos Rojos. Igro will get it set down. Felt like it's been a long time since Las Vegas has had any sort of real sustained possession. As trying to press this one forward. Smart goes up, takes a deflection away. Back heel back to Smart. Smart with a lot of space. It closes down. Rising player still down in defense. This play continues. This one crossed high into the box. Rizzo just goes up. Now a long run. Sacco trying to keep it from going out for a corner, but it will be. As that is Flores, who is still down on the far side of the pitch. And they're going to call the physio out to go take a look at the young left back, Daniel Flores.
Yeah, it was Flores up there in a contested battle with Sean Smart, who has been bright for Las Vegas since he's arrived on the field for Knight Pickering. Just the 9th the 8 starts on the year for Sean Smart. Somebody with a really bright future, whether that's in the USL Championship or somewhere else in American soccer or beyond. Smart, we're seeing him in a more advanced role, and he's been effective in his couple of moments actually on the ball since coming off the bench.
Flores reaching down towards that lower left leg and certainly in a good bit of pain. So see, this might force Phoenix Rising to make a substitute. Here's another look at the top of the screen. Here's that collision.
Man, it's hard to tell exactly what catches Flores there. Sean Smart coming in just to check on him.
Yeah, not sure if it was tough from that wide angle to see all the way down. You wonder if maybe Smart kind of landed on top of Flores. Here's another good look at it. Thanks to our crew doing everything they do, getting us these. Yeah, just kind of got twisted up just a little bit on the landing.
Yeah, lands hard. Looks like a lot of force on that left leg. Daniel Flores, a concern regardless of the player, but Daniel Flores, a player who since he's arrived on loan from Chivas, has yet to play a full 90 minutes for this Phoenix Rising squad. Someone who has struggled to finish games. Here tonight, we might see him struggle to finish the first half.
Carvana corner kick as a little short one played. Nigro, this one off the volley. That one took a deflection as Emmers now pressed forward. Chances Aveyevu streaking out in front. Aveyevu is going to try and cross this one in, unable to get too much as he had Sacco and Cabral pushing forward with him as the board does go up during that attack. 6 added minutes.
That's good defending from Las Vegas. Aveyevu didn't have a lot of other options to reach into his bag of tricks other than playing that out-swinging cross, but Las Vegas certainly well positioned to cut that ball out.
This one's sent in as a collision between the center back pair and Shihus and Potmar Boy.
And that is Patrick Leal pushed forward a little higher. Over the last 5 or 10 minutes, we have seen Leal and Christopher Pearson switch spots in this Las Vegas midfield, where Leal is moving into a more natural number 10 spot, at least relative to Christopher Pearson. Pearson's moving back now often to even be the deepest lying midfielder for Las Vegas. A bit of a structure change. Personnel swap from Devin Rensing.
Sacco goes down, takes some contact from Nigro. They're going to keep playing. Some played ahead. Here's Leal off to the right side. Long touch, and that one takes a deflection off of Flores, who's back on the pitch, and now still back and down right near midfield as Isan Sacco pounding against the ground.
Yeah, we'll catch this on the replay. Potmar Boy threads the ball through to Isan Sacco, and it's Nigro who commits hard there to pressure Sacco. No foul called there from the referee, and Sacco still down holding that left ankle.
Referee is Sacco trying to make his way up. The referee looking over to the Phoenix bench, giving thumbs up, saying we're going to keep going. He's fine.
And we should know, Killian, Flores as well, still not moving naturally either. You could see it as he's trying to close down that ball just a moment ago. Still very, very ginger Daniel Flores on that leg.
Another Carvana corner kick for Las Vegas. This one short, bouncing around, calling for a handball. Nothing there, though, as Phoenix clears away the danger for the moment. Long throw in right to the edge of the 18. Shihus in defense. Does a nice job staying with his man as Las Vegas has to peel it out and reset.
Yeah, and I'm still looking at Daniel Flores. Killing, he is still not moving right at left back.
Gaines, step over, gets it to his left foot, tries to cross in. Good slide and a challenge from the youngster Pierce Rizzo as he clears it away.
It's an excellent bit of defending from the youngster Pierce Rizzo, still just 18 years old, out of position at right back. Colin Smith on the bench tonight, but he's been out injured for quite some time.
Going right back to him, crossed in, just past the leaping head of Sean Smart. As Johnson trying to wait for it to go out. Las Vegas, though, trying to take advantage of an opportunity. Now, big collision. As Johnson looks like he's going to be the one to get the foul. Looks like it was Budati and Smart that knocked knees chasing after that ball.
Yeah, starts here with Mackenzie Gaines, able to create enough separation to play that ball across. It's a lovely cross from Gaines to try to find Sean Smart over on that weak side. And Budati just gets the better of Darius Johnson. Ends up coming through the back of the right back for Las Vegas. Correct call there on the foul. That's a lot of contact there from Darius Johnson, and now a really nice spot for a free kick for the visitors.
And you saw still Flores, as you said, still struggling to move around there, just trying to gut through these final few minutes of this first half as a set-piece opportunity for Las Vegas right at the edge of the 18. So in this one, curling towards goal as Rakowski punches it away. Pearson chases down as he'll put one right back in. This one headed up, and it will be a whistle. And fouled away. Rakowski will take a moment to collect that ball, and as he does, remind you that Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. You can visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
It's a great mazy run there from Rafa Shihus to break lines on the dribble and then offload the ball to Hope Aviebu. Really high-quality play from the newcomer playing left center back tonight.
Aviebu back to his feet as we played 5 of the 6 added. The end of this first half. Long throw in as Cabral tried to sneak in. Wasn't going to be there as they try to get things back going again.
And if you're Las Vegas, you've got to be really happy with how the end of this half has played out. Really since that substitution where we see Sean Smart and Knight Pickering exchange places. Las Vegas have held tight in this game. They have not given up a lot of golden opportunities for Phoenix. Had some chances to extend into the opposing half as well.
Igro, good ball. In behind Potmar Boy, a little push and a touch. It will be out for a corner as that was Leal who helped earn that one. Might be the last chance of this first half.
And it'll be Nigro, it looks like. Nope, Tommy McNamara was also standing over that set piece just a minute ago, but it was Nigro who took that strike towards goal. Still a little off that.
That's
curve there.
I mean, hey. I'll let it play. This one headed in. Shehu's got a piece of that one. As there is the halftime whistle. 0-0 to the first 45. As the two sides will take the slow walk over to the far side. Here the pitch at 38th and Washington in Phoenix. See what changes are to be made for both teams. See if we can't find a goal in this second half. Don't go anywhere. We got halftime coming up. Two Western Conference foes going to battle tonight. It's been a fun 45. We'll be right back in Phoenix.
Looking for power, performance, and pure luxury? Look no further than Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Right now, drive off in a brand new GMC Sierra 1500, Hummer EV, or Sierra EV. Whether you're cruising in comfort or hauling with confidence, Buick and GMC have the style and strength to match your lifestyle. So come shop our new Buick and GMC inventory with outstanding factory offers and exceptional dealer incentives at Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Experience the difference.
Nope, you're not imagining it. The average grocery bill is now at its
highest point in over a decade. There's no sunny side to this. High prices are coming.
Your coffee run is costing more these days. Drivers are paying.
Prices are up, but not at Metro. We've lowered prices and give you a 5-year price guarantee. One line of unlimited 5G lowered by 20%. Now $40, period. And a free 5G phone. Go in-store, online, or call. Only at Metro.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
The monsoon can drastically change our weather in just minutes.
With First Alert Weather, any changes, you'll know first, you'll know before.
Get the First Alert before you plan your day.
Get the First Alert before your commute home.
Get the First Alert to keep your family safe.
No matter what's on the horizon, when we know, you'll know. It's why we First Alert.
Only on Arizona's Family.
Todos rojos. It's more than a color. Es comunidad. It's a state of mind. It means we rise together. Stronger, louder, prouder. Like a phoenix from the fire, we overcome. And we all know smoke rises.
They are brothers, but they are little brothers. Slap them tonight, alright?
Keep your heads stick together, come on.
Hey, what was the call there, Edwin?
Black, this is our house.
Back in 0-0 to the first 45 in Phoenix as Phoenix Rising play host to Las Vegas Lights. It's been a fun night so far and a good 45 on a beautiful Phoenix evening. Can't ask for better soccer weather. Well, we're going to continue on with halftime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the other side.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off and take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming,
Yelling and screaming and chanting.
We'll follow them wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
Strikes with the right and opens the scoring. A dream start for the home side. Wow, what a strike from Westchester, and it's Prince Sadie.
Take a load off and take a load for free.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Phoenix! Phoenix! Phoenix!
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Nil-nil, lights shining bright above 38th and Washington, right next to Phoenix International Airport. As played through 45 minutes, Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. We're going to give you some of the news and notes from around the USL Championship as we head into number 27, presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. 17 current championship or League One players called up for World Cup qualifying matches. Carl Saint, one of those, obviously unavailable tonight for Phoenix Rising. We mentioned right at the top, Louisville City, cream of the crop, first team to clinch a playoff point. Charleston Battery just 2 points away. They can do that this weekend. And then the Academy to the Pro pathway. North Carolina FC signing 18-year-old Finn Sundstrom to his first professional deal. So congratulations to the youngster Finn Sundstrom. No stranger to 18-year-old players right out here in the Valley of the Sun.
Yeah, really nice bit of work there for North Carolina on Sundstrom, who's also off of the US U20 national team in their training camp. One of the last bits of opportunity for this U20 group to get ahead of the World Cup.
Here's Saturday's slate coming up. This is what you've got tomorrow. El Paso, a big match against Loudoun United. They're back at home. FC Tulsa plays host to Birmingham Legion. And a really big match there at 6:30. San Antonio and New Mexico United. That'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that's a huge match, especially if you're a Phoenix Rising fan trying to figure out the permutations to optimize Phoenix Rising's spot in the table. But it's not just that game, Killian. It may be a point of positivity for a number of teams in the West. If you're fighting for positioning in the playoffs, a lot of East versus West matchups. Where if you're a fan of a Western Conference team, you have a chance to see an Eastern Conference team take points off of that Western team. Sack against Tampa Bay, you see that there on your screen. Loudoun and El Paso. All these games, Detroit and Orange County, have real playoff implications. Fascinated to see what the table looks like after tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're certainly to that time of the year. The playoff push is fully on us. Well, we're going to take another break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have some of the first half highlights for you from Phoenix.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Billy, you still there?
Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. But do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in. Getting ready for the second half. The sprinklers are on the pitch as the teams are getting ready to slowly make their way back out of the locker rooms. See what adjustments were made from Pamuka and Devin Rensing, the two men in charge. We're going to give you, though, some of the first half highlights from this one. A 0-0 game, no goals to show you, which, watching a Phoenix Rising game, typically a little unusual, at least to go back the last few weeks, as the first half highlights are presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Certainly been some chances, though, for both sides.
Yeah, very much so, especially in the early going. Phoenix Rising finding space down that left side. Daniel Flores tries to find Isan Sako crashing from the weak side as that right winger can't ultimately get it past Raiko Rosarena.
That was Mackenzie Gaines. It's going to go down as a shot, just trying to send something in towards goal. Las Vegas, it was really kind of controlled. Majority of that first half, I'd say the first 35-ish minutes, Phoenix felt like they were pretty comfortable. Here's a punch-out from Raiko Rosarena and a few other chances that Phoenix had on some set pieces, but really the last 10 minutes of that first half, this is the most dangerous one, I think, of the night from any side, and that was a flick on by J.P. Skiers, but last 10 minutes, Las Vegas looked really sharp.
Yeah, to the point where even if you're Phoenix Rising, you're thinking, okay, we need to get into halftime. And part of that is Daniel Flores going down with that injury after coming into contact with Sean Smart on the far side. Isan Sako going down and holding his ankle for a minute or so as well. Phoenix started to get banged up as the first half wore on, and Las Vegas grew into the game. We saw them start to find some dead ball moments and even camping out in Phoenix's half of the field for sort of the first time towards the end of that first 45. Las Vegas, to their credit, they've bent in this match, especially in the early stages, but they have not broken so far on the road.
Yeah, there's those first half stats for you. Just 5 total shots between the two, only the one on target, which is that flick on, as we said, by J.P. Skiers. As we are getting word, taking a peek, there is going to be a substitution made. It is going to be Ryan Flood. Waiting to see official, and yeah, it is. So that is going to be the night for Daniel Flores, As Daniel Flores' night is over, Ryan Flood will come in after the halftime break.
Yeah, it's a real worry there for Phoenix about production on the left side. Ryan Flood has absolutely come in and played a big role off the bench in a number of games this season. Earned some spot starts as well. But Flores, with the quality he brings going forward, we saw it even in that highlight package, can be a difference maker on that left side. Flood won't bring quite as much. As we revisit the lowdown from the first half for Las Vegas, I think they grew into this as the half wore on, not overextending defensively. We saw them quite open, and Phoenix having a lot of success manipulating their man-oriented defending through midfield. Then we see a switch from Rensing, and he moves Patrick Leal higher up next to Johnny Rodriguez. Christopher Pearson drops back. It's more of a 4-4-2. It's a little more compact. And for Phoenix Rising, they've succeeded in their real goal coming out of last weekend, which was don't commit game-changing mistakes. That red card for Acela Senge completely changes the match, and then Patrick Kukowski, with his couple of gaffes on those last 2 goals for El Paso, also changes that game. Phoenix have been solid in this match so far. The question is, can they create enough chances, even now with that switch at left back, to go out there and actually win this game at home?
And you mentioned that red card from Acela Senge, which obviously suspended here for tonight. We've seen that back line of Popmar Boy and Rafa Shihus, who's been solid so far tonight, but that was one that when you talk, you hear from Popmar Boy, or Pamuka, you hear from those guys after that match last week. That really was the turning point, and they felt like if they had 11 men, they could have possibly gone on and gotten a 4th, maybe even a 5th goal last Saturday, but that mistake came. Played with 10 men for over 30 minutes and ultimately only coming away with 1 point.
Well, that's been a theme, Killian, of this Phoenix Rising season. They've conceded goal after goal after goal in the USL Championship this year. But really, you look at them in the standings right now, they're sitting in 5th based on the live standings if this result holds tonight in the West. But you think about their homestand at times this season, and they've dropped 7 points from a possible 9 in matches where they've had at least a 2-goal lead at home this season. They've struggled to continue holding out leads. Phoenix, at this point, though, in this match tonight, just need to get in the lead in the first place.
Here's Emmers working ahead as he'll hesitate now. Stop and turn. Smart pesters him. Flood, his first bit of play. That one took a deflection down to Avievu. Avievu, still the ball at his feet. That one crossed in, one touch, and a bit too strong as Sako wasn't able to control it. Rizzo will touch it down and play it back to the captain, Popmar Boy.
Yeah, Isan Sako just sort of caught of two minds there as to whether to take a shot on frame or to try to lay that ball off across the face of goal, though. A nice introduction for Ryan Flood, a deflection on that cross into Avievu in the first place, but still getting forward and getting touches on the ball.
Flood, who scored 2 weeks ago that match against Colorado Springs. He's been very solid, kind of come on more as a late season as the injuries have piled up. The players and the minutes have started to rack up all across this club. Ryan Flood certainly taking good advantage of his opportunities. Rakowski will take this one and give it over to Shihus.
Yeah, and here's an opportunity for Shihus to have space to play make a little bit. Las Vegas still not quite applying a lot of pressure on Phoenix's center backs. Opportunities for them to play out of the back.
Johnson, good bit of 1-2 with Ryan Flood. Flood crossing towards the back post, way too strong. He had Sacco all alone, but wasn't able to control the pass.
And there'll be more opportunities for Ryan Flood down that left side. Las Vegas tending to defend narrow, try to compress space through central areas. That is, though, a moment, Killy, where you miss Daniel Flores a little bit. And the thing about Flores that has really stood out since he's joined this Phoenix Rising squad midseason is his ability to play in those crosses with pinpoint accuracy. Ryan Flood, someone who's covered a lot of different spots across the back line, but not quite the same presence in the final third.
Sacco deflected away from a Rosarena who had to spring out and make the save. Don't necessarily know how dangerous of a chance it was on goal, but either way, Rosarena makes the save.
And Phoenix have been threatening in the first 3 minutes of the second half. They've had opportunities as we catch this replay. Zisan Sacco doing good work to push into the box. And it is a well-weighted ball, just outstretched enough that it's difficult for a Rosarena to deal with there.
Anthony Herbert gets it off of his feet. Nabudati. Chip forward as Rizzo comes flying in. McNamara heads it down. And now Smart. One touch. Smart has a runner in front of him. He'll take it. This one sent towards goal, the near post. A little diving save to his left from Rakowski.
Yeah, good build down this right side from Las Vegas. Quickly throwing a punch back at Phoenix. Opportunities going both ways in the second half.
Flood steps over the ball, has to looking up and tried to step over, and I'm sure he kind of went, wait, hang on a second, there's supposed to be a soccer ball here.
We've all been there.
Rakowski coming out.
And you can see it's Johnny Rodriguez high as that single presence up top for Las Vegas in their press, and we've seen it a couple of times now in even just the second half where Rafael Shihus has a chance to stride forward with the ball, right? Where Johnny Rodriguez, if he's splitting the center backs, whichever side Phoenix opt to play down, there's going to be an opportunity for the on-ball player to stride forward.
Ball in behind Gaines as Popmar Boy comes back to reach up with him, but trying to go out. Rakowski does a nice job diving to keep it from going out for a corner. Long throw played in Aveyevu. Aveyevu will stop, get himself some space for a moment. He'll turn and elect to play it back to Rizzo. Hammers in the midfield. The Belgian, Sheehan Emmers. One of those midseason acquisitions. Comes streaking in. This one sent over to the right wing. Sacco, who chests it down. A little bit of a slip. Sacco going to wait for it. Let Rizzo take it. Rizzo trying to get a little bit of assistance. Give off for Emmers. Now to Sacco. Sacco tried to hesitate, but ran right into the defender. There's nothing there as McNamara, a little chip. There's Niagara on the far side, set down. Gaines pressing ahead. He's got Smart to his right. He's got Rodriguez to his left. Gaines step over. Gaines wants to go for goal and just unable to find the frame.
Good transition defending there from Phoenix Rising, getting numbers back behind the ball and taking away Mackenzie Gaines' shooting angle. A really nice job, as we'll catch on the replay here, from Phoenix Rising in that recovery defensive phase. Gaines making that left to right run diagonally, gets passed from Popmar Boy to Shihus to Ryan Flood. Flood really narrowing that angle there for Gaines on the break.
Las Vegas player down back behind. Looks like Sean Smart, who was the substitute who came on for Pickering.
His old college teammate there, Potmar Boy, showing some concern as Smart is down inside the D.
See the center back pair of Boy and Shihus is, as you mentioned, the two, Potmar Boy, Sean Smart, collegiate teammates at Clemson, part of that College Cup winning team. Smart just kind of got down to his knees and just went down. Certainly not as hot as it has been here in Phoenix, as Smart is back up on his feet. He's being told he's going to have to exit the pitch and then be let back on, so he looks like he's going to be good to carry on. Certainly not as hot as it has been in the low 90s, but a lot of these monsoon storms here in Phoenix over the last couple days has certainly got, it's humid, albeit I know, depending on where you're watching, you could be on the East Coast saying humid.
Yeah, you're playing a dangerous game
right
now,
absolutely nothing. I feel like I can speak a little bit of it coming from South Carolina and North Carolina. I do know humidity. But for Phoenix, 35-40% certainly a lot. As that one right into the foot of Rodriguez off of Shihus, but bounces right back as Smart looks good as he's standing on the far side of the pitch waiting to be let back on. Gears over to Potmar Boy. This one, good ball threaded through Remy Cabral. Cabral, he wants a right-footed shot, took an odd little hop towards the Rosarena, nearly jumped over his left shoulder, but ended up making that save.
Yeah, it's a good decision there from Remy Cabral. He was waiting to see if he could slip Darius Johnson through. Doesn't have the angle to feed through the winger, so ends up taking that shot himself. Just can't bend it enough to that right post, Remy Cabral. But a good opportunity there for Phoenix Rising. It's not quite well placed from the number 9.
Now Rosarena is down, taking a seat after making that save. So some substitutes readying as the trainer will come out. As the referee asking for the trainer, forgetting that she was actually already behind him, making sure that Sean Smart was good to go. And it looks like Smart might actually be done as he's slowly making his way back behind goal. Do have some substitutes. Von Koval. He's going to be one of those subs. He's going to come on for Pearson in the midfield. Looks like we'll see one of the new signings as well for Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's Giorgio Probo. Signed earlier this week for the Lights, formerly of the Canadian Premier League. Number of Canadian Premier League ties across both of these teams. Pamadukov, of course, having coached in that league, now on the sidelines for Phoenix Rising after a stop-off in Major League Soccer. Devin Rensing having to dig into his bench. Both teams really due to injury so far tonight.
Yeah, so it's tough for Las Vegas. Pickering exits with an injury. Sean Smart comes on, and then Smart unable to give more than about 40 minutes before he has to exit himself due to injury, but it does make way for the debut of Probo. So back in after the substitutions. And this one crossed in towards the center. Potmar Boy clears it away from the 18. This one just chipped ahead, and it will be a foul and a free kick to Phoenix. Giorgio Probo from Bergamo, Italy. Mentioned recently signed, making his debut for Las Vegas Lights.
And he'll be playing as that number 10 in Devin Rensing's 4-2-3-1, shifting Patrick Leal back into that double pivot next to Tommy McNamara.
Tries to cross up and go out a little bit more on Probo. An Atalanta Academy product. Spent a lot of time back in his native Italy. For obviously coming over, you mentioned playing in the Canadian Premier League with Halifax Wanderers. Flood out of Johnson, who tries to chip one past the defender Budati, and it just goes back. As Las Vegas will reset in possession a little bit. Some pressure, though, as Avievu and Johnson running around. And Avievu ends up coming away with the ball. This one's sent down. One touch. Emmers going for a goal as Emmers sails it. He was looking for the top corner.
Yeah, and Remy Cabral is frustrated he didn't get that ball back, spinning off the back line there into the 18. Another opportunity for Phoenix Rising. It's Johnson with a lovely entry ball into Cabral, who's, you can see him motioning there, looking for that return pass from Cian Emmers. Would have been the right decision from the midfielder to play it back through to the striker. Instead, settles for a lower quality look. Still, Phoenix Rising having some success finding looks in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Fan soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
And as we sit 15 minutes into the second half or thereabouts, I'll be curious to see how Pamaduka manages this game in terms of his substitutions. Not a lot of bodies available on the bench tonight in terms of first-choice senior players. Who do we see enter this game? When do we see them enter this game as Phoenix Rising look for that opener?
Here comes Avievu with an opportunity, pressing ahead. He's got Johnson to his left. He's going to wait. Give it off. Cabral trying to get it behind. Cabral too strong of a touch. It will go out, and it will be a corner for Phoenix.
Just as I mentioned, Phoenix Rising looking for that opener. A nice look from them on the break. Avievu springing Remy Cabral, who just pulls out a pass-rushing swim move. NFL is back. Remy Cabral is trying to get around the offensive tackle there. Swims past Nigro. Just can't put that finishing touch on the sequence.
Philadelphia Eagles probably wouldn't have mind having him out there playing defensive tackle last night.
Yeah, as long as the saliva stays in the mouth.
A little too soon for the Philly fans.
Yeah, maybe. They won. They'll be fine.
That's true. Defending champions. I'm not going to talk too much Philadelphia Eagles tonight. I can't handle that. Ryan Flood will set up Carvana corner kick. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Flood with that left hand up. Swing one in with the left foot. And just poked it right back away as Rizzo will go and collect it towards midfield and give off to Hope Avievu. McNamara now off of his feet, just a step too far for Flood, but a good chase back from Skiers. A turn from Avievu, and they said all ball, continue play. Long run, but too far. Good hands from Pamaduka. Shane Emmers was ready to just keep going.
And you see Pamaduka motioning on the sidelines there. Let's get this thing moving. Recognizing the urgency. Killian, this is a big opportunity for Phoenix Rising tonight. We mentioned earlier in this second half, after the break, they struggled to really get results at home this year in the way they would want and the way that the scorelines even would dictate with those 7 drop points from those 2+ goal leads at home. This is a major opportunity against a team in Las Vegas who entered this evening dead last in the Western Conference. Sure, a team that has found some form recently under Devin Rensing now with a coaching change. Some roster changes as well, but Phoenix should be feeling pressure to find a goal here and keep that lead ahead of the final whistle.
So an hour played in Phoenix, 0-0 between Phoenix Rising and Las Vegas Lights. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Ball play to the right side, Budati. Budati sent down underneath Gaines. Gaines tries to go through. Shihus with a good challenge, upending Gaines. And now a chance to go. Hope Avievu turns and sees a lot of space, puts the head down. He's got Johnson to his left, trying to wait for that run. Avievu going to stop. Now pestered, big size difference as Herbert forces him all the way back.
And that's great defending from Anthony Herbert there. Sees the run of Darius Johnson. That's the one Hope Avievu was looking for. Johnson had that dynamic advantage.
Sacco, he was thinking about a shot, gets it over to Avievu. Skierce now touched back as Flood and played all the way back out to Shihus.
And that's great recovery defending from Las Vegas to force Phoenix Rising to play it back. As you see Ryan Flood now coming up a little lame.
Flood will take it. A little 1-2 between him and Emmers.
And here, if you're Potmar Boy, there's a chance to really attack space outside of Johnny Rodriguez. Been a little reticent to do it, the young center back tonight. Not as comfortable on the ball in those sorts of moments in possession.
This one chipped forward. Budati gets ahead to it and knocks it into the Las Vegas dugout. Quick throw right back in for Flood. Phoenix trying to find the opening in the window. Sacco, odd little spin as Rizzo does a nice job to keep possession. Back in the middle, Shihus. Emmers will turn, asking for some help. Johnson, Emmers, as Johnson goes down, took a knock from behind, and did hear a whistle. Thought we heard one. Then Mackenzie Gaines tried to keep playing it. As looks like Charlie Dennis is the man getting ready to come on for Phoenix Rising. Rising ready to make their second substitute of the night. Avievu. Avievu finds the ball into Cabral, who takes a knock, earns the foul, and that might be his last bit of play as the board does go up. Remy Cabral is the man coming off for Charlie Dennis up top.
Yeah, now we'll see. I'd imagine Isan Sacco move into a more central role, although I suppose we could see Charlie Dennis play through the middle. We've seen that in bits and spurts this season.
See, Dennis looks like, as you said, Dennis going over, sending Isan Sacco into the middle.
Yeah, and Sacco's been really good for Phoenix Rising as that number 9. Plenty of starts in that spot this season. And we know Pamadou likes Charlie Dennis over on that right side where he can cut in, get the ball on his dominant left foot, and make the game.
Sacco had that brace last week against El Paso. As Skierce pesters McNamara. Now Budati pressing ahead. Poor touch, Shihus with the interception. He's up forward, trying to find one to Sacco. Sacco one-on-one with Herbert. Nicely done, though, from Herbert as he hesitates. Herbert kind of looking around, trying to find somewhere to get the ball off of his feet, and finally does. Goes right back to him. Ball in behind. Rodriguez in a foot race with Potmar Boy. Didn't win it. Not sure if he was onside anyways.
And that's one of those moments we've seen what feels like 100 times with Potmar Boy tracking back to deal with an opposing striker all alone and out-muscling the opposite number 9. Really good work from the young center back there.
Potmar Boy, mentioned, missed a lot of time in the summer due to injury. Making just his second start. Feels like he's just trying to kind of get his swagger back out there on the pitch and get back into regular minutes. As that one touchdown, Rodriguez, that one in behind, an opportunity for Las Vegas, one-on-one chance, and what a save from Rakowski. Skierce doubling back to poke it away, still not fully out of danger as Flood just clears it away, and it will be a throw.
Huge moment from Patrick Rakowski there. A golden opportunity for Las Vegas. It's Johnny Rodriguez threading the ball through there. And Rakowski does so well to come off his line to close that angle. The timing, excellent there from the German goalkeeper. makes a big save. That one's got to feel good if you're Patrick Rakowski coming out of last weekend.
And Pop Marboy, as we were speaking of him, getting stretched out right now.
And that's bad news for Phoenix Rising on any night. But when Carl Saints off on international duty with Haiti, and Asela Senge unavailable tonight after that red card last weekend against El Paso, Pop Marboy comes up lame after this sequence. And he's back on his feet inside the 18.
So ready to take the throw in as Las Vegas. Rodriguez has that one intercepted and taken away by Aveyevu, but not fully. As now Aveyevu and right into Von Koval. Taken away by Phoenix. Sacco going to turn. He was hoping there was a little more space for somebody up in front. Likes to play it back to Aveyevu. Skiers. Poor touch as Mackenzie Gaines likes to wait instead of trying to go on the counter.
Yeah, and you can see Phoenix Rising getting a little leggy now just over 20 minutes into the second half. You mentioned it, Killing Nissan. Sacco was hoping there's more space to attack into. Darius Johnson just not quite the same pep in his step getting down that left side.
Lovely little ball. This one crossed in and headed high up into the air and fully out. Folks, if you can't watch the match, be sure you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Pro ball played back to Herbert, who has the hands outstretched, looking for somewhere to go. More subs readying for the visitors. Gaines, a lot more space than he thought. Ball played in through, and Johnson just does the safe thing and clears it away. It will be a corner.
And Las Vegas have done well creeping up into Phoenix's own half. Recognizing that Rising have lost a little intensity. Having opportunities now on the ball, the visitors to run in behind. You could see it there. Darius Johnson trailing the play. Las Vegas building into this game.
Stefan Stojanovic, one of the two men waiting. Same with Rory O'Driscoll. They will be the two subs as the corner taken quickly. Right back, Nigro, all sorts of space. Nigro crossed in towards the back post. And there was some contact and a foul. Charlie Dennis had it under control, though, as it looks like we will get those substitutions made for Las Vegas. So Mackenzie Gaines going to be one of the two to come off. Same with Johnny Rodriguez. The two changes for Las Vegas.
Yeah, Rodriguez was really good tonight. Doesn't end up on the score sheet, of course, but threads that ball in for Las Vegas' best chance of the evening. Made some hard runs in the box himself. As Las Vegas look around their squad and try to find pieces for next season and beyond, it's hard to look at Rodriguez as anything other than a cornerstone piece for them.
So Rodriguez exits after a solid 70-minute shift. Stojanovic takes over up top. Those mid-season acquisitions. Stojanovic, his 17th appearance. 2 assists, no goals, though. Made his way over to Las Vegas in June from an FC Tulsa side that just kind of got phased out of the 11 there in Tulsa. As they've had a really impressive year, still sitting atop the Western Conference, as Flood has to jump down as Pamuka hands it back to his defender, Ryan Flood. Emmers. Good ball played through to Aveyevu. 1-2. Hope Aveyevu pressing ahead. Reaches the arm out. Gets a little bit of space. Johnson. Johnson takes a turn from behind. Nothing there. And now a tug back as Emmers will do the same thing, and Emmers will be told to calm down, and he doesn't like it.
Yeah, Emmers frustrated there at the no call on Darius Johnson. No doubt about his intent there coming into the challenge with O'Driscoll. We'll catch it on the replay here. A nice entry ball from Avievu into Johnson. Certainly some contact there, but not enough. A lot's been let go tonight. That seems fairly consistent with how this game's been called so far.
Rosarena has the ball as it trickles just past the 18. He'll wait for Isan Sako to come closer to him. Dennis doubling back to help out in defense. McNamara. Herbert. And a very poor touch as Pamoduka trying to tell Ryan Flood to come quickly and put a little too much heat on that one.
Yeah, Pamoduka animated there on the sideline, trying to get the ball back in play as quickly as possible. Ends up costing his team a few seconds there.
Too much pepper in the porridge that time.
That's good. It's a new one for me.
Avievu. As a call as Avievu comes out, that's going to be a yellow card immediately. Avievu being told absolutely not.
And the yellow card there from Christian Campo Hernandez comes out due to the dissent there from Avievu, not from the initial action. It's Avievu putting his hands on the referee. Earns a quick yellow card. Certainly cannot be entering the referee's space in that manner. Avievu, though, clearly frustrated with how this second half's been officiated.
So Avievu with the booking, the 73rd. Ball back out for a throw.
And if you're Las Vegas right now, you should feel liberated in having this opportunity to be in Phoenix's own half. You don't have a ton of speed coming at you the other way outside of Darius Johnson now that Remy Cabral is off the field, a real slasher. In that number 9 spot, Johnson is the quick transition threat for Phoenix Rising. But he's put in a hard shift tonight, covering ground on both sides of the ball. Las Vegas looked comfortable possessing a little higher up the field and trying to find weaknesses in a Phoenix Rising team that has had plenty of those on the defensive end in 2025.
And you look on the bench, really not a ton of options. Darius Formella is kind of the last of the senior players. You do have Colin Smith that is back available tonight as well, but can't imagine you'll see him unless required the way that this match has gone.
Yeah, and Formella, certainly an option for Pamoduka to the point where I would not be surprised at all if we see Formella enter this game in the not-too-distant future, but he's not a player that's going to beat you in transition. He's a guy who's going to drop in between the lines and try to connect play. How Phoenix Rising find their looks, they've had some chances in these more sustained possession sequences, but the game has not been just theirs in this second half.
All right, Flood was standing down at the bottom of the pitch, the arms outstretched, asking for the ball, doesn't get it. Dennis gets upended, and there will be a foul and a quick yellow right out of the pocket for that challenge.
Yeah, you see Von Koval gesturing, trying to explain proceedings there. Pamoduka tries to break lines on the ball here, but McNamara does a really good job to come over and make that play. Dennis, though, first to react. Does well to draw the yellow from Koval.
Emmers will get it over to Flood, who finally gets the ball he's been waiting for. Plays it right back to Emmers. Skeers misses the touch, and now a chance potentially on the counter for Las Vegas if they want it. Skeers does a good job doubling back. Goes Rizzo, nicely done in defense. Shut that opportunity down quickly. There's that one, Avievu, too far away from it. Avievu told no. That ball in behind, lots of space. Potmar Boy has to try to get back. Slid through the legs and just wide of Rakowski.
Frustration there from Stefan Stojanovic. He knows that touch let him down. A lovely line-splitting ball. Phoenix far too open defensively, but there's the stumble there. Allows Pop Marboy to come in and close space, and a rush shot from the visitors keeps this game at 0-0. Killian, it's been a little sloppy for Phoenix Rising in the last 10-15 minutes or so of this second half. It hasn't necessarily been the tactical approach that's let them down. It's been a lack of energy and a lack of execution on the ball where the touches escape them at times. You see another giveaway there.
There's another chance as that one chased in behind as Rakowski gets a foot to that and sends it deep. It'll be chested down. McNamara intercepted. Skeers tries to get back a foot to it, but Las Vegas retains possession.
It's been so easy for Las Vegas. This is a moment of sloppiness from them as well. It's been so easy for them to break lines into the heart of Phoenix Rising's own half. Phoenix a little undisciplined, defensively pushing their midfielders forward out of that space. You see Cian Emmers and JP Skeers charging. So now there's another Rising player down. It's Rafael Shihus.
Be a few substitutions, and while they make those, we'll let you know Phoenix Rising and Modelo have teamed up to offer the ultimate game night experience. For just $20, you can get one ticket and a 124-ounce Modelo to elevate your game night. Don't miss out on the special offer. Get your tickets today and cheer on Phoenix Rising. Buy now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising, Todos Rojos. Have a stoppage as Formella and Smith will come on. So first time in a long time for Colin Smith. Good to have him back as he will enter for Rafa Shihus. Formella will come on for Emmers.
Yeah, real attacking change here from Phoenix. Rafael Shihus exits this game. The first time he's played more than 30 minutes since October of last year, almost a full 12 months ago now. Colin Smith makes his return to play for Phoenix Rising after a lengthy absence due to a lower body injury. He's back in this team. Curious to see if we're going to see him in a more central position. It looks like it will be Colin Smith playing as a center back. Out of position, normally a right back, Colin Smith, next to Pop Marboy. As Formella enters that front line and Charlie Dennis drops into the midfield.
A lot of responsibility going to be had for Colin Smith in his first action in a while. He'll have 12-plus minutes to get through as Phoenix seeking their first goal and a potential winner. Aveyevu going to hesitate, waiting for somebody to come and help him out. Rakowski over for Colin Smith. Smith making his 17th appearance, a goal and a couple assists. This one played through Aveyevu. Aveyevu waits. You think he wanted to find Johnson. Still trickling forward. This one chipped over. Skeers now to the right side. Pierce Rizzo. Dennis will double all the way back and get it over to Smith. Smith with a lot of room in front of him, working his way forward. Dennis, watch out for that left foot.
And you can see Colin Smith venturing forward a little bit, leaving Pop Marboy back as a lone center back. Phoenix Rising really trying to go for this 3 points.
Smith weaving his way through some defenders. No contact there as Flood's going to have to double back. Stojanovic knees the ball down to himself. Pop Marboy in front of him, though. Pop Marboy steps in front. Nicely done defensively as Stojanovic told to stand right back up by the head referee.
Well, that's what I mean, Killian, when I say it feels like this game's been called fairly evenly in both directions. It looked like there was a bit of contact from Pop Marboy there in recovery defense, but everybody told to play on.
Haddadi was making a run. That one sent into the middle. Leal, that one snuck in behind and sliding through, and Rakowski takes some contact right to the pocket, and a yellow card for O'Driscoll.
Yeah, and you see O'Driscoll, immediately going over to Patrick Rakowski. Knows that got a little too close to the Phoenix Rising number one there. The catch on the replay, a lovely line-breaking ball, and then it's Leal leading O'Driscoll into the box. And you see the follow-through a little bit there, just can't pull out of that challenge quite quickly enough, O'Driscoll.
O'Driscoll knew it right away. Immediately went to Rakowski. Also want to remind you, eFootball is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, so So download it now. Hamadou Ka trying to tell that right wing to get further up. Poor pass from Flood. Turned it over. Went right to the feet of a blue kit. As now Skeers comes flying back in some contact. And it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising being let off the hook a little bit on some of these turnovers by long, untamed touches from the visitors. That's Tommy McNamara. Lets the ball get away from him a little bit there.
So less than 10 minutes to go. In the 90. The second half, Joe, just hasn't been as crisp on either side.
Oh, it does seem like there's been a loss of energy from both of these teams, which is understandable, certainly. Mentioned it's a nicer evening as you see yet another turnover there. And a foul.
And another yellow card. That one's going to be on Pierce Rizzo.
Both of these teams just looking for a moment where they can string a few passes together. Las Vegas, though, certainly the more pleased of these two outfits that the game is this deep at this scoreline. Looking for yet another result under Devin Rensing. If you're Phoenix Rising, you are certainly feeling the pressure with 10 minutes or so of this game left to be played.
And now a set-piece opportunity for Las Vegas. And now a whistle is... Card still not in the pocket of the head referee, and now put away. So Rizzo officially picks up that yellow card. Run over, going to play it short. Las Vegas looking for one moment as Aveyevu trying to get back in defense. That one pops up, and it will be a handball. Pretty easy one to tell.
Well, and if you're Phoenix Rising, that's exactly the kind of effort you want to see from your number 10 in the closing moments of a game that has a ton of importance to you towards the end of the season. Aveyevu trailing back to get involved in this play does just enough to push the ball back into Nigro. Earns possession for his side.
Las Vegas trying to be a little bit of pressure as Skeers loses the ball. Extra touch, Stojanovic, right-footed shot. Popmar boy just stuck his foot out. This one, another shot, Dendon towards the corner, nearly. Found the back of the net, and now Popmar boy is down in a heap.
Catch the replay here. Phoenix Rising just sloppy again out of the back. It's JP Skeers who gets caught on the ball. Immediately played forward. And you see Popmar boy lunge into that challenge. And then after the play is concluded, just throws himself on the ground in pain. I can't say, Killian, it surprises me to see Las Vegas trying to press this Phoenix team a little bit. You look at the personnel in the back right now, and it's Colin Smith and Pop Marboy as the center backs. Marboy has not made his money as a pro, as an on-ball threat. Colin Smith, a little uncomfortable on the ball in tight spots, especially in an uncomfortable position for him, playing in a central role on the opposite side of his dominant foot. Then you got Ryan Flood, who came off the bench in this game, Pierce Rizzo, Patrick Rakowski, and JP Skeers, who we just saw is not the most comfortable in tight spots under pressure. Las Vegas, I think, wise to throw some numbers forward after a Phoenix team that's sort of ragtag in that part of the field.
So they're tending to Popmar boy as he gets ready to get back up. Just saying, could you have imagined Giorgio Probo scoring that goal in his debut to potentially take a winner? It would have been simply diabolical from the man stepping onto the pitch for the first time in the Las Vegas Lights Blue.
Yeah, not bad from the newcomer.
So Rakowski will take the ball back, as he does. The train going by. Gotta wonder, might be heading on to Raising Cane's. You could certainly make your way to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Their hand-battered chicken fingers and delicious secret sauce is the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. That is a one-way. You're not stopping that thing if you're to get taken into Cane's. Let me tell you.
I just can't believe that you took the thought in my mind and expressed it so well. The only thing I could think of when I saw that train was that thing is going to Raising Cane's.
You know my affinity for American modes of transportation. So
and Raising Cane's.
That's also true. Big Cane's fan. We'll stop talking about chicken, at least for the final 6 or 7 minutes here. Phoenix will take back possession.
And I think, Killian, this is where you have to be right now after Phoenix Rising. Pop Marboy, of course, back on the field. You have to be in control of this game, especially with how makeshift this back line is right now. You cannot be in a position where you're giving Las Vegas the ball for long stretches and allowing them to break you down. We've seen that story play out too many times this season, both at 38th and Washington and on the road. Las Vegas, sure, they enter tonight as the team bottom in the West, but we know there's too much parity in this league, and we know Rising struggle to defend for long stretches. Phoenix have to see this game out on the front foot.
There's a step over as Johnson gets tackled, literally, as will be a foul as Flood will take the free kick and take it back going quickly as told to wait a second. Now it's put back in. Dennis dropping all the way back.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth, Killian. Comfortable on the ball, wants to try to progress it via the pass. Charlie Dennis trying to drop to give JP Skierce a little help in the build.
Las Vegas trying to hold out minutes away from their 10th clean sheet on the season. See if they can hold on to it. Long ball too far for Isan Sako on the right wing.
And that's sort of been the story, Killian, of this second half is Phoenix Rising not sharp enough on the ball to break this Las Vegas team down. Think about that shot from Cian Emmers early on in the second half where he elects to shoot instead of playing into a spinning Remy Cabral, who found space in the box. Decision-making and execution just not quite optimal for Phoenix Rising in the attack tonight.
Flood missed that ball, but it goes all the way back to Pop Marboy, and now Colin Smith will take it. Flood will walk it forward past midfield. Johnson, little back heel pass over to Avievu. Avievu tries to get it back over to Johnson, who is still down, and there will be a foul. Looked like advantage was played as Phoenix will get to set it up. Avievu was trying to turn and find it back for Johnson, but he was still on the ground.
When Avievu trying to play that ball back in the first place, Killian, that's the second time in this second half, as we'll catch it on the replay here, that Avievu has opted to play backwards. When he has a chance to push the game, it's Johnson with a lovely flick to give Avievu a chance on the ball. Now back to his feet, the Phoenix Rising winger. Avievu just a little too passive with some of his movements in the final third tonight.
So we see official, the board goes up 6 minutes as Formella takes his touch. That'll be knocked away. They're ready to throw in, and the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and the ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. This one flicked on as some contact. JP Skierce doesn't like it. A little roll of the eyes as he's told to back away. Avievu already on the yellow card. Doesn't have necessarily the best relationship over the last 15 or so minutes. Sako. Good little turn. Great slide challenge and got it away. Udati sent towards the middle, and nobody there. Rakowski scoops it up and right back. Avievu. An odd little ball played to Johnson, who has the space. Immediately closed down. Backheel flick. Avievu tries to come in and get it. Right to the pocket. Yellow card. And that was for O'Driscoll, and that should be his second yellow.
Yeah, O'Driscoll had picked up that yellow.
And there it is.
Earlier on Rakowski, you see the red card come out of the referee's pocket. O'Driscoll still back in that pack of Las Vegas bodies. We'll catch the replay here. This lovely backheel flick from Darius Johnson, and how good is that from Avievu to crash that ball? Alert enough and had enough in the tank to get to it before O'Driscoll. And it's number 34 in blue, whose night is now over.
Yeah, he came over. He tried to run away and hide and set up in the set piece, but he'll make his way off the pitch in frustration. And so now Charlie Dennis and that wicked left foot of his already, as Las Vegas will have to see through these final 4.5+ minutes with just 10 men.
On a huge opportunity for Phoenix here. We know how dangerous Charlie Dennis can be with that left foot on dead balls. But now also with the chance to attack 10 men as well. It changes the calculus for Las Vegas. Now down a player. They're going to have to be a bit more conservative inside their own third to close out this game.
Dennis will send this one towards the back post. Flicked on as it took a deflection as it rolls all the way, and it will be a throw to Phoenix. Avievu still reaching down that left ankle as he hobbles about at the edge of the 18. One of the best attacking teams in the championship. They've been stifled all night. See if they can't build up and find the difference maker. Sacco, he'll cross this one in. Avievu was the man right in the middle, but Johnson finds it on the far side. Johnson gets some space, sent towards the middle. Avievu's there. Now Dennis has it poked away. Avievu has to try and turn on the Jets to get back to that ball, and it's not there. As Smith, he takes some contact and now a foul.
Yeah, it was so good in the box just a moment ago from Darius Johnson to create separation. See the ball in there from Sacco. And the clever 1v1 work from Johnson on Patrick Leal. Phoenix, though, can't turn it into a clear-cut chance.
Anthony Capatillo, one of the youngsters, will come on. As Hope Avievu is still on the pitch, there was a change made. Phoenix is technically playing as the ball played all the way in and across. We're trying to do it and figure out the math here. We thought it was Hope Avievu that was coming off for Capatillo. Avievu was making his way off the pitch. They have 11 men. Trying to figure out who came off.
And it'll be Capatillo back now in this left back spot. Sort of a makeshift look now from Phoenix.
I think it was Rizzo, it was Pierce Rizzo that ended up actually coming off. What an interesting little moment as Hope Avievu thought he was the man coming off the pitch. He went to exit. It was actually Rizzo who the substitution was made for. They'll keep going and see what is left in this match. The crowd here at 38th and Washington telling this team to go forward. Avievu takes some contact from behind as Skierce has to hustle back to get to it. Johnson now on this right wing. Johnson will cross it into the center, and now it will be a Carvana corner kick.
Yeah, and this could be the last look of the game for Phoenix Rising. Charlie Dennis trotting over to that corner flag. He'll be the one to serve in this ball.
So Dennis readies in what might be the last action of this match tonight. Trying to get everything sorted out for this set piece. There's all sorts of pushing and shoving around as Formella, Sacco, Skierce, and Potmar Boy ready at the back post. Back in Charlie Dennis, ready to put the left foot through it. Dennis set in towards the box looking for Skierce as Skierce took a heavy bit of contact from Arozarena. And it looks like that is the match as that's it. Officially, finally done as Arozarena and Skierce collided on the final play of the match. And points are shared.
And you can see the frustration just a minute ago on that replay from Hope Aveyevu. A lot of contact on that ball as Arozarena, who's still down on the field, comes out to punch to earn Las Vegas a point on the road.
10th clean sheet on the year for Las Vegas. They take a point, improve to 24. Phoenix now at 30. As a lot of the attention being put towards the Las Vegas goalkeeper, Raiko Arozarena. We're going to take a break. High fives and handshakes all around. 0-0 at full time. Don't go anywhere. We'll recap everything when we come back from Phoenix.
Looking for power, performance, and pure luxury? Look no further than Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Right now, drive off in a brand new GMC Sierra 1500, Hummer EV, or Sierra EV. Whether you're cruising in comfort or hauling with confidence, Buick and GMC have the style and strength to match your lifestyle. So come shop our new Buick and GMC inventory with outstanding factory offers and exceptional dealer incentives at Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Experience the difference.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana? Huh.
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine. I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I going to walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Back in, 0-0. Certainly not ruining the evening of the Bandidos down there in that south end here at 38th and Washington. Certainly would have wished that their side would have been able to find a goal here tonight. It would have been a valuable 3 points, but nonetheless, they carry on as we'll bring you tonight's highlights presented by Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos. Joe, it's always tough when you get a 0-0, no goals, trying to figure it out. There were chances, just nothing to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising's first scoreless game across 3 competitions, the Open Cup, the Jaeger Cup, and USL Championship play in 2025. This has not been the norm for Phoenix Rising. Credit to Las Vegas for how they approached a big chunk of this game, able to work their way back into the match in the second half. You see it now in the highlights. Not a ton of real clear-cut opportunities going either direction. Las Vegas tried to find some quick balls into Phoenix Rising's box, but Phoenix didn't budge a whole lot on the defensive end.
Yeah, a couple set-piece opportunities for Phoenix is put the ball in a few more corners, a lot more than they had last week against El Paso, as Right, this was probably the most dangerous chance of the first half from either side, as that was a little flick on by J.P. Skierce off of a corner.
Yeah, Skierce has been dangerous on dead balls throughout his career. Gets a little half chance there, but Raiko Arozarena coming out to claim that ball. And then the second half, Phoenix Rising have some looks. You see Remy Cabral charging towards goal. Las Vegas do a good job of capturing the off-ball runner there in Darius Johnson. Remy Cabral can't get that ball outside of the reach of Raiko Arozarena. And here's one that Cabral wanted the ball back on, that strike from Cian Emmers. You can see the frustration from the Frenchman that Emmers doesn't play that ball back through to him. And that, Killian, I think sort of encapsulates this game for Phoenix Rising, especially in the second half. Just not quite sharp enough on the ball to break down a team in Las Vegas that was very content to collect a point.
Yeah, that's saved by Patrick Rakowski. That one's going to go down as ultimately the one that saved the match. A little one-on-one opportunity. Stojanovic gets a chance to try and find his first goal for his new club late in the second. And then one more chance off of a misplay. The new man, Giorgio Probo, from long range, nearly had an absolute golazzo to take the win.
Yeah, aiming for that top left corner. Can't sneak it underneath the woodwork. Rakowski springs over, but if that dips onto the bar, there's no chance the German keeper's getting to that ball. Here was the look for Phoenix Rising in the closing moments. It's Darius Johnson who does so well to create separation on that far side, leading into one of the last moments, really the last moment of the game. The set-piece in-swinger from Charlie Dennis trying to find anybody in the box for Phoenix, and it's Raiko Arozarena who gets to the ball, but ends up punching through J.P. Skierce along the way. The referee deems it to be not reckless or excessive contact. And Las Vegas earn a point in the scoreless draw on the road.
Las Vegas, they get the point. Here are the final stats. We talked tonight about the shots on target. Just 2 on target for Phoenix, 5 total, 9 total for Las Vegas. Possession heavily in favor of Phoenix. Really complete opposite of last week in that draw against El Paso.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising with a much more controlled performance defensively tonight, which is something to build on ahead of their battle next weekend against Sacramento on the road, their first road game in quite some time, before another home stretch starts here at 38th and Washington. It's a huge game, Killian. Phoenix Rising